Now, we'd like you to hear directly from 2 U.S. farmers and 2 European farmers on their thoughts about new technologies. The U.S. farmers are from a father-son row crop operation in Madison, Missouri. 2 orchard producers from Hungary and Poland also will share their thoughts.
We're here in central Missouri, a little bit on the eastern part. My name's Kevin O'Bannon, and I've been farming here for 43 years in a family operation, and my son Jeff is now farming with us. When a young person comes back into the farming operation, it invigorates it, and you start looking to the future instead of the past and ending the operation. So that's opened us up to accepting new equipment, new technology, new biologicals, just looking to the future instead of staying in the past. And that's just youth. Jeff came back into the operation and has brought a little bit of a different look and direction, and that's helped us change and move into searching out for better products and new products and trying to implement them and evaluate them. That's where AgriThority comes in to help us evaluate these products and tell us, evaluate where we should spend our money and where we shouldn't. And it's a big hurdle for farmers to get that good home-raised data.
I'm Jeff O'Bannon here in Northeast Missouri. I came back to the farm in 2010. We're corn, soybean, and cattle farm, row crop about 8,500 acres. I think having localized testing, like through the trial works of AgriThority on our farms, has been huge for us, because being able to test these products and know exactly what to expect or what not to expect even maybe, from the performance of a product throughout the growing season. Now every growing season is different. Planting season gets hectic, harvest gets hectic. Being able to extrapolate and look at that data, and especially breaking it down the way Trials Works does to a granular level, to show us how the product truly performed. Not necessarily on a whole field basis, but maybe an acre or part of a field. That's what really excites me about it, is just there's a whole lot more potential.
Why do I try new products that are coming to the forefront? It's just more or less probably curiosity, and it keeps things fresh and keeps you interested in farming to advance and try new products. You don't want to do it the same way Dad did it, you know, and that's where I'm at. And I got stuck in that mode probably 15 years ago, before Jeff came into the operation. With a younger mind coming in, it kind of spurred me to start looking at newer things, because you knew that you could use that product for several years down the road before retirement for me personally. But curiosity and just an interest in seeing what technology can do for you today. That's kind of what drives my interest, I guess. And of course, you know, the return on the investment. And you have to stay competitive, and all these products there, which are tremendous in number coming out, you're gonna have to use those to stay competitive, is my thoughts. I don't know where you're coming from, Jeff. You look at it from a different point than I do.
Yeah, I'm just looking at profitability. When you're trying to grow your operation, you're trying to look for every competitive advantage that you can, just to stay profitable.
Our farms have grown so large in the last 10 to 15 years. That's a stress, and that's a challenge for us to continually bigger equipment, cover more acres. It's more of a load on you. If you can come back and farm fewer acres and keep your profitability and your income up on fewer acres, that's kind of a win-win And I think it would keep more people involved in agriculture too, because we've lost a lot of young producers, or, you know, with the expansion of everybody now farming up 5, 10, 15, 20, 30,000 acres. With these new technologies coming on board, we may be able to revert back to more production on less acres, which that's the goal of it all anyway, because we are losing farm ground.
Well, I'd say the products that we're looking for mostly in our area are products that reduce stress, because here, Northeast Missouri farming on a clay plan, we're typically either looking at stress early season through water stress, or mid to late season with heat or drought stress. So any kind of crop protection that can help with those throughout the growing season typically increases yield for us.
We're not overly inundated with several products to try in one year. I mean, stuff that we pick up in meetings, it's self-education more or less. I don't think we have a lot of salesmen coming down the drive like we used to either. They're fewer and far between. So it's kind of staying within the agriculture community and listening and seeing the new products that are available. We pick up a lot of stuff off the internet. I mean, if you hear a little clip about some product, well, you can go right to the internet, dig it up, and get yourself educated on it. And that's so much easier to do it in the privacy of your home and not have to be standing out in the shed cold and freezing trying to talk to a salesman. It's just another tool that a farmer can educate himself without having to go to meetings. So I get a lot of that education from the salesman and other farmers, basically, and farmer groups that we're involved in. That is probably the main sources that we get right now.
You know, six years we're, you know, actively looking for new practices and, you know, incorporating new products, testing at least, you know, 1 to 2 products a year.
The only thing is make it simple and easy, because, you know, we're inundated with it. We're on a time frame, you know, crunch, and the product has to be able to be applied quickly and easily. You know, it can't be cumbersome, that's for sure.
Soil health in our farming operation is a huge focus right now. I think soil health can mitigate a lot of other factors that you face throughout the growing season with crop health and stress. So it really does all start with the soil. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Especially on our soils, which is that clay-based soil, which is a tighter soil. So anything we can do to make it more receptive to root growth is big in our area, because we definitely have a restricted ability for roots to grow in this tight, heavy clay pan soils. And we're seeing that with the biologicals, and that it opens up that soil a little bit more. It's not a 1-2 year turnaround. It takes a few years, but you do see it if you can stick with it.
My measuring stick at the end of the day is yield. So that's what's paying the bills. You can't base everything off 1 year, especially a year that we've seen so many extremes like this. But I think doing testing with like root growth would be beneficial, because typically for us, if you're creating a better base and structure to that plant, I believe the yield will come. So yeah, I mean, different layers of testing throughout the growing season would definitely be beneficial to looking at a product, necessarily not just as a whole at the end of the year harvest type calculator.
Not all products work the same every year. I mean, the environment changes, and they all don't respond the same to extreme wet or extreme dry. So we never throw anything out in a 1 year trial and say that product doesn't work. It's really not fair to that product. And you need to look at it on that 2 to 3 year before I just say this thing is not helping me at all. So that's the way I look at it. I never give up on one in 1 year, and I don't care what that product is. I don't think any of them can turn, if he could turn a field around in 1 year, yeah, other than maybe in some of the seed corns.
You know, several years of low commodity prices, I think that did get us a little more aggressive and open up a little bit. Well, maybe we are going to have to, you know, look at things a little bit different than kind of the status quo or the way we've done it for years previous. At emergence, I do try to look at I walk fields at emergence, see how even of stand we're getting. And that's one thing that needs to be measured with when you're looking at a product is you need to probably be looking at emergence, and then you know, mid-season you need to be looking at root growth, and then at harvest, obviously, looking at yield. Emergence is huge. If I can get a crop out of the ground quicker, get it off to a better start, that's seems like that's 90% of the battle in our area.
Okay, I'm Andrzej Gruszka from Poland. My farm located is west side of Warsaw, and my family is farmers, orchard farmers. My brother, my father, planting orchards, apple, plum, and cherry. And my motivation of introducing new technology is producing healthy food and reducing chemical products. And we speak about results, shows fields, show pictures, show yield, quality of fruit, quality of yield, and we first time we try product only for example, for parts of a farm, only for example few hectares on, and we checking how working this product, for example. If a product is good and is, for example, increase quality of fruit, many farmers speak with different farmers and change information. If input increase new product, we try 1, 2, 3 years maximum.
As you know, my name is Gábor Fülöp. I am from Hungary, and I'm mainly fruit grower, stone fruit, apricot, and plum. Our cooperative with 55 members. We have 10 growers who are more open the new technologies, the new things. So, but of course, step by step, the other needs follow us. Maybe I can tell you that we are the leaders. We are the leaders, and maybe the technology leaders or the thinking leaders. In agriculture, it's very important the patient. I have a new technology or a new system. Just in agriculture, we have to wait 1, 2, 3 years, and we check it works or not works. If there are good feedbacks, the feedbacks are positive feedbacks, then okay, we continue this way.